everyone, I want to talk to you about a timely message of what are you doing with your life. And this is, as we are coming out of Capricorn season, going into Aquarius, and we just had a new moon in Capricorn, and we're going to have a full moon in Leo. This is bringing up a lot of energies that are having the collective focus on what's your legacy? What are your ambitions? Are you living well? If not, how do you do that? What does that mean? And what does that look like uniquely for you? Because, right, maybe what it means for me is not what it means for you. How do you know? And this is where I want to talk about astrology and how this really helps people figure this out. It's something I wish I had known sooner in life. I probably would have been more on point with my life purpose destiny had I known the astrology sooner, like in my 20s. And I think this is just a must to know in your life. All three of my children know this about themselves. And I am pained for people who do not know their natal chart. They don't know what their mission in life is, their life purpose destiny. They don't know what their unique God-given talents are that they were born into, that they came into this life with. They don't understand where the challenges are in their life and where the good luck and fortune is. They don't understand that sometimes maybe things in this world are out of alignment with that. And just because the world is not really supporting your life purpose destiny does not mean that you're not on point or you're not a success in life. We've got historically a lot of people who were unrecognized geniuses until after they died. And then once they died, people discovered their work and they were like, oh my gosh. And that's a crying shame, that people were doing their life purpose destiny, and all along maybe they might have been poor, they might have been discouraged by people who are like, oh, why are you doing that? But they were on point and on purpose with their life. And some of you are dealing with similar things. How do I know? I've been going through it over the last 2 years that Satan has been transiting my 10th house, where my natal sun midheaven is, Mercury as well. So I've had to really reflect on, am I doing the right thing with my life? Because I've been challenged with my work, and this matrix will make you doubt yourself. If you're not able to pay your bills with your life's work, if you're not getting recognized, if you're being, pushed down, suppressed, blacklisted, deplatformed, whatever, because maybe you're speaking too much truth, does that mean you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing? It might actually be that you are. But sometimes life will cause you to question yourself. But if you know your natal chart, then you can stick to your guns more when adversity comes your way. And it does. Inevitably, at some point in our lives, we're going to deal with some adversity that is going to make ourselves question if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing with our lives. But to me, the astrology helps lay those questions to rest. Okay, so if you want to know more about your life purpose destiny through astrology, I would encourage you to look at several things. I would, number one, right out the gate, look at your midheaven. Where's your midheaven? The 10th house. That's going to tell you a lot about your career. You could also look at your 6th house, which is a vocational house of what you might be doing on the day-to-day. That could give some kind of indication there. Also look at your money houses, 2nd and 8th houses, to see what's going on during your life having to do with personal income, resources, values versus other people's. And I would also look at your North Node. What is your mission in life? What is your rightful direction? South Node will tell you what you came into this life with your unique gifts and talents, but the direction in this life that you're supposed to be taking in contrast to that. I would also look, just kind of as a minor consideration, but interesting in my opinion, part of fortune. Where's your part of fortune placement? Because that's going to tell you where you could make a lot of money, where you could have a very fortunate, expansive opportunities with your income and your wealth. And of course, Jupiter can tell you where you can get expansion and good luck as well. Another consideration is your life path number. For me, that explains a lot. I'm just going to give you for example, I'm a life path number 9, which supposedly is indicative of somebody who's lived a lot of lives. This is their last rodeo. They're here to finish up karma. So that's been really helpful in me understanding that, along with some other things in my chart, that my life path is not a very carnal or 3D material path. Okay. I'm here for spiritual reasons. And again, if you look at my North Node in Sagittarius in the 7th house, partnership is very important to me, but also it's got to be very spirit led and faith based. And then, my midheaven in Aquarius. I'm here to be a truth teller. I'm here to speak to humanity and to do Aquarian things, social media, astrology. Jupiter is giving me expansion in all things Pisces, which is my spiritual work. In the 11th house, which again is a lot of astrology, and yet it helps me get expansion there in online communities and reaching a global audience. Along with that North Node in Sagittarius is helping me reach a global audience as well. Now, looking at my money house is not too hot, so then that helps make sense of, well, okay, I've got two malefics in my money houses and they're opposing each other, so there's been a lot of challenges through my life with resources and support. Does that mean that I'm a failure in life if I'm not making, 6 digits a year? Even though everything else is on point as to what I'm doing with my life and the astrology, well, no, actually, like I said from the very beginning, all things considered with this chart, my path is a very spiritual one, more so than a material one. And so that knowing that, on one hand is not the greatest thing, like obviously I would love to have benefics in my money houses, who wouldn't? But it also helps me to be at peace and accept that struggle that I've had in my life, and that I'm kind of going against the grain, because this world, this matrix is set up to support money, 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 not really taking a spiritual path, but yet I'm tasked in this life with doing that. So it helps. Frankly, I look around at a lot of people who in the world right now, they're maybe feeling lost. Like, why are things not coming together? Why are things not connecting? Maybe something in your astrology might make it make sense. And even if it doesn't, sometimes it's just becoming more self-aware and understanding what is really going to line up for you and what isn't. So you don't just bang your head against the wall and try to make things happen that just aren't in the cards or in the stars. So it's a crazy idea, but just imagine if everybody was doing their life purpose destiny, how different the world would be. What if people had this moral compass where they said, you know what? No amount of money could convince me to abandon my calling in life. If everybody was doing this, how different would the world be? And yet we have so many people who are actually trying to walk in that, and they're not really being supported, because so many other people, all they know is to follow the money. And the money is actually manipulating not only people out of doing their mission in life, but it's manipulating them in some very bad situations to do things that are destructive to themselves and others on a spiritual level, and yes, even on a material level. I sincerely wish more people knew this stuff. And that's why in this video, I've shared with you how to find it for yourself. Look up your natal chart, and I've shown you where you can look in your natal chart. If you're a newbie at this stuff, it may take you a while, but some of you have plenty of time. You're low on funds. I get it. I'm trying to survive in this economy too. Saturn transiting my 10th house. All right, I get it. But I will say on that note that if you would like some help and you would like a reading, a very comprehensive, in-depth reading, not only with the astrology but cards, where I give like an hour to 2 hours of time in a video format, I'm offering a promotion for anyone watching this. If you use promo code HEALING20, you can get 20% off on a hour to 2 hour long. I just go as long as spirit leads, and honestly, some natal charts are more in-depth and complicated than others. So anywhere from an hour to 2 hours is how long I go. And I usually charge $250 for that. That's a lot of time, and it's a lot of information, very detail rich, okay? But 20% off will give you $50 off on that, plus there are payment plans. So that's my way of helping you help me, right, to do my life's work so you can do your life's work. And if you're going through struggles with this material world right now, and knowing that you're on point and on purpose and you're leaving the legacy that you were destined to live, well, then you're going to have the confirmation and hopefully the encouragement to stay the course, even when this nutty world is screaming at you to just give up or you're a failure or whatever, right? I understand. I get it. And I want to help those of you who really want to be on point this year and really with your lives. And I can think of no better time than now to do it, because we're just coming out of that new moon in Capricorn of setting intentions, having to do with the legacy that you're leaving. And we're coming into a full moon in Leo where we're having to release. And the legacy that we need to leave is maybe not what we thought it was. This is a shift point of embracing and releasing ideals, having to do with those things. Okay. Hope to see you at my Etsy account if you're interested. Like I said, promo code healing20. Y'all be blessed.